This is the book of Hosea, chapter 5, verse 9. Ephraim shall be desolate in the day of rebuke. Among the tribes of Israel have I made known that which shall surely be. And giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, as well as the men that taught them, and peace and blessings to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. This is Brother Taza Pai here with another lesson. In this lesson, I wanted to go into a video that I came across today. It was pretty interesting. It brought up some interesting points. All right, and we're going to get right into it. But before we do, let's break this down, all right? So first, understand that Ephraim is a tribe of the nation of Israel, all right? Which was when Israel were divided, or was divided, all right, it was separated into two kingdoms. You had the southern kingdom, which consisted of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and then you had the northern kingdom, which consisted of the other 12 tribes, or 10 tribes, I'm sorry, the other 10 tribes. Now, Ephraim was the head of the northern kingdom because Ephraim is the tribe that holds the birthright, just as Judah is the tribe that holds the scepter. Judah is the tribe of, or the kingly, or the royal tribe, even though all Israel are royal, but the scepter stands with Judah, all right? The birthright stands with Ephraim, all right? So Ephraim is like a firstborn unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, all right? Now, with that being said, the whole northern kingdom can be referred to as Ephraim. So you have to take the context, to see specifically who the Lord is speaking about when it says Ephraim. All right, it can mean the literal tribe, or it can mean the kingdom, the overall kingdom, northern kingdom of Judah. Here it's talking about the northern kingdom, which today consists of a lot of the Latin tribes, but also the natives here of North America. They consist of Edom, or Ephraim, not Edom. I don't know where that shit come from, but that was a demon right there, but Ephraim. All right. So, yeah, I got this video I wanted to go into, but it's saying Ephraim shall be desolate in the day of rebuke. Now, this took place in Hosea's time, or around Hosea's time. Hosea was a prophet unto Ephraim to tell them, to warn them that the Lord was about to bring judgment upon them. All right. Well, people say history repeats itself, and here we find the same thing taking place all over again, even though we already are in captivity. Now our captors are getting ready to make a run on us. All right, and even you so-called Latin tribes, because you Latin tribes, y'all was shown certain favor by the captor, by the colonizer. Y'all was shown certain favor, and y'all came over here. You Latin tribes, you Hispanics and all of that, y'all came over here with y'all nose in the air toward the Negroes. Now, don't tell me I'm lying, because it's still going on to this day. Everybody, Esau has told everybody, the entire world, that they are better than the Negroes. And y'all was dumb enough to believe that shit. So now we come to this point where you are finding out. Well, you may not see it now, but you will see it soon. But you have those who are finding out. There's no, there ain't no specialty with you. Ain't no favor toward you because you something special or all that. That was a divide and conquer tactic used by the enemy to keep us at variance with one another. That's all that was. As long as you think you better than us, you're not going to affiliate or associate with us. All right? And now here we are. And I remember when I wasn't in the truth. Because I like the Latina sisters. And, you know, you try to talk to them, and they was prejudiced against us. There's a thing among them, and that prejudice was indoctrinated, all right? It wasn't, if left to their own devices, everybody loved the Negroes, man. We make the world go round. We some lovable people, you know, and I ain't gonna lie, even Ephraim, you know, all of the northern tribe. I love Jake, man. Jake is beautiful to be around in their right spirit, you know. But who don't love Jake? Come on, man. I'm talking about the Negroes. Yeah, a Negro will get on your nerve, but who dances better than a Negro? And you got Latin tribes that can get down, but when push comes to shove, you're not going to outdance a Negro. And who going to out-hoop or out-ball a Negro? You know? Now, Issachar might, well, not just Issachar, but Ephraim, the northern kingdom, they might have it on their soccer field, you know? But you have to really check some bloodlines in that, because you got a mixture of Israel be out on that soccer field, but that's what makes it so great. All right, soccer is up there with the Super Bowl now. That ain't the Stanley Cup. I forget what they call it. The World Cup. I think they call that the World Cup for the championship in soccer now. Elder Ariala know, you know, so. But some of you might know too, but I know Elder Ariala knows. And, you know, you got Negroes and all type of Latinos on that soccer field, but that's what makes it so great. And that is bigger than football, here, American football. Now, it didn't used to be that way, but that's because that's all Jake on the field. You don't see too many crackers on the soccer field. Not that it ain't none, but anyway. You can't say you don't love a nigga. Yeah, we'll get on your nerves. But shit, imagine a world without Negroes, let alone a world without Israel, period, man. This would be a world suicide rates would go through the roof. But I digress. Let's get back to this. It says, Ephraim, all right, the northern kingdom of Israel, shall be desolate in the day of rebuke. That's taking place in these times, all right? You can't tell me I'm going off because I'm seeing it, all right? And there is no new thing under the sun. So that backs people up in saying that history repeats itself, right? Because there is no new thing under the sun. The scripture says what shall be. Let's get that. I think that's Ecclesiastes 1:9. Okay. So, here in Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9, it says, the thing that had been, it is that which shall be. So I read what had been. And here King Solomon, the preacher, is telling us, well, it's going to be again. All right. The thing that had been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun, you know? Yeah, I like that. That's kind of a lyric right there. And that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. That's a bar. All right, that's a whole bar right there. But let's look at this. All right, and we'll come back to this verse. Let's look at this here shit.
Like, how are you guys handling this? Because I can't. Like, they are hunting us down like animals. Like, and are you all okay with this? Just because we look this way? Just because of our names? Like, what? I'm so angry. Like, there is so much rage watching those videos of raids in construction sites, like on the street and by Proud Boys. supremacists, they're hunting us down because we look this way, because we speak this way, because we like. I don't understand how people are still defending this man.
So she's of the house of Ephraim. Now they're getting ready to put a commercial up here, and that's going to really mess everything up. But she's from the house of Ephraim. She may be an actual Ephraimite. She may be Puerto Rican. I don't know. The Ephraimites today are the Puerto Ricans. All right. She could easily be She could very well be a Puerto Rican. All right. But she could be in a number. She could be Cuban. Now, this thing says, as you see, the title, Cubans regret not listening to blacks. You know, truth be told, why would they? You know, I mean, who are we to listen to? Now, if you'd have said you should have listened to the prophets, now that's different. Cubans regret not listening to the prophets of Great Millstone or of GMS. Now, that's different. But just listening, I don't listen to blacks. Fuck blacks. Listen to them motherfuckers. They give you bad advice. They don't know what they're talking about half the time. You know? And, you know, shit. Sometimes you just want information, and Jake got to be a fucking character. Bro, just tell me what it is. I don't need all the antics and shit. You know, like a Charleston White. This nigga can't talk without bouncing up and down and shit. Motherfucker, make your point, dude. You ain't saying shit. All these motherfuckers ain't saying shit, but they the loudest ones talking. But yeah, I wouldn't listen to blacks. You got to know who to listen to. Shit, that's what's wrong with this world today. Listening to wrong advice given by wrong people. Just wrong. So the title here, you know, I just came out with it raw. But the title is Cubans Regret Not Listening to Blacks, but it's too little, too late, as black people are silent. You know, a nigga love to be told he was right. But y'all didn't know what was going on. Y'all was speculating. But as the woman said in this video, not her, it's a black woman later on in the video, that Trump did campaign, even his first administration, he was talking about building the wall. All right? Now, when Joe Biden invited y'all over here, y'all might have thought y'all would have gotten 4 more years, maybe. But that was the play. They playing y'all, man, and that's the play. It ain't they trying to make it a Trump thing, and you know the people in this video trying to make it a Trump thing. It's not. It has nothing to do with Trump. This was bipartisan. This was bipartisan, and you illegals are not the targets. Us here who've been paying taxes are the target. Why would they want to call y'all over here just to get rid of y'all? You know, you say, well, it was Trump, you know. If Biden was in there, we'd be good, would you? But you can't say that because Biden's not in there. Or Kamala, she's not in there. So you could say that and get away with it. But, you know, at the most, you would have had 4 years. Because there's no way Kamala would have got reelected. And as you see, she didn't even get elected. You know? So that should have been your cue to get the fuck out. And then Trump said, if y'all leave now, you can leave. And shit. Yeah, you probably should have took that advice. But what they saying, they got the vigilantes on the border. And I knew that was coming because of this incident that happened on the border a few years ago. Where they had a posse was Now they made it seem like for the media, you know, they was against the cartel, but it really, you know, they was out there to hunt Ephraim. They was hunting Ephraimites. Well, it seems like that's what's going on now, and they made a good point. It is quiet now. Old Tom Honam, the border czar. He looked like he'd love to lynch a nigga. He looked like a nigga lynching type. Talking about the border czar, Tom Honam. I think it's Honam. Or Homan. I think it's Honam. But they saying this is what's going on. You know? And that's Ephraim.
I cannot wrap my head around you hunting people down because they look the way they look. Like, what?
There go the woman. She can't speak without being emotional. Why does it fucking got to do with how you look? It's who you are. Because you trying your best to look like them motherfuckers. Y'all all do. Oh, I didn't finish what I was saying earlier. That they have this thing among Ephraim, especially Ephraim, you know, the Puerto Ricans, of dating up or marrying up. And by up, they mean white. So they'll look down their nose at me. Because that would be dating down. And Lord forbid they get married, they'll get disowned. They will get, and it's a lot of them. And you could tell who, you know, who's who. But a lot of the Ephraimites or you know, the Northern Kingdom women, if they bring home a nigga, they get disowned. So they just don't even want to talk to you. And a lot of them like us. You know, we the shit. But that's why they got to put them stipulations. I would disown you if you bring home a nigga, because they know, shit, chances are they going to bring home a nigga or a Jake. I shouldn't say nigga, but a black. In their mind, that's how they think. You know, so I'm speaking how they would speak. But that's how the world look. That's how Esau taught the world, indoctrinated the world to look at us. And you see it in all this media. All he pumps out is images of us being criminals. That's why Diddy is in court, getting dragged through court. I don't remember all this fanfare for Epstein. I remember a little bit with Ghislaine, but they say, oh, well, they wasn't high profile. How much high profile can you get? These people entertained leaders of the world. It don't get any more high profile than that. Diddy, he's in a fake ass world of people who distract. He deal with the distractors. Now, yeah, he did have a few, you know, political types, even religious types. You know, but Epstein, that's all he did. He would have entertainers, yes, but he was after the big fish. You know, secretaries of state, prime ministers, all of them types. You know, to get them in the honeypot scam. So anyway, oh shit. I'll play this.
Okay with this? Just because we look this way?
Yeah, by looks, you know, it's who you are. And this is why people say, oh, is it because if you think, oh, you a color, then you would come to that conclusion. Oh, is it because I look like this? But when you know your nationality, oh, we the people that had you in captivity. Our forefather jacked your forefather. Well, not really, but our forefather finessed your forefather for the blessing. So now I see what this is about. When you know who you are. And you think you just a color. Oh, I'm a Cuban. What the fuck is a Cuban? I know what a Puerto Rican is, but what is a Cuban? Are y'all cubed? I don't know what the fuck a Cuban is. You know, I might be sounding ignorant right now, but if you know, put it in the chat. So I'll let homeboy play a little bit.
And we feel, you know, we can't help but feel for you, you know, coming after Cuban people now. And all I saw during the campaign was Cubans for Trump. I will vote for Donald Trump. Remember that song? And this is not to throw anything in your face, because it is bad. It just is bad. Nobody deserves to be treated that way. And I don't know, how do you teach people? You know, there was a lot of people trying to tell y'all what was coming if you chose this man. And a lot of you did. And it's a lot worse than we could have imagined, but we've always imagined the worst. You can't imagine or pinpoint exactly how it's going to go down.
Y'all ain't seen nothing yet.
But you know it's not going to be good. And we as in not just black people, but those of us that saw through this administration, we knew, and y'all just didn't listen. You just did not listen. For whatever the reasons are, you know, I think a lot of immigrants come here still tied to the old governmental ideologies and regimes and the ways that their governments were run in their country, and they're just looking for an easier or a lighter version of that, not taking into account that you're coming into a whole different world of government. Like, our government does not function, at least it didn't, the way yours did. But you throw away some of it, but you accept like this dictatorship mentality. And now you're finding out, and it's very sad. But stop coming on here fucking crying. That's the part that makes me angry. You ask if we're okay with that. No, we're not okay with it, but I certainly get angry when I see one of your crying faces coming up on here talking.
I'm okay with it. It's the will of the Lord. I'm perfectly fine with it. That's the will of the Lord. This is the harsh reality of life. Now, America has been goddamn having y'all in la-la world in some fantasy type of existence. You know, this illusion I talked about yesterday, and y'all believe the illusion. And it's hard to wake up from illusion into hardcore reality. And that's what's happening. Y'all gonna wake up to hardcore reality. It's gonna be a culture shock to your system. You know? And some of this stuff you just can't take cold turkey or just, you know, bam, hit all at once. Some, you know, where we are, you have to kind of be eased. It's so evil and diabolical, you have to be eased into it. But a lot of y'all can wake up to the hardcore reality all at once. It's going to be too much. It's going to be too much for y'all.
About what we should be doing, and we should know.
This is Buick. Now. Buick.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you are doing great.
Now I wanted him to say the part. He made a good point about let me see it. I might have, okay, here, let's see.
That's the fucked up shit about it.
Yeah,
all.
here it is. This is
No. You can't uncook food. You've cooked the food already. The rice and beans are cooked. You can't uncook them and then
He must be Ephraim talking about them rice and beans.
try to put it someplace else. You gotta live with it. You gotta live with it. And the fucked up shit is he's not even sending y'all back to your home countries. That's the fucked up shit about it all.
And that's the shit I've been telling y'all. This whole thing was a setup to ship out, you know, dissidents or who they don't like. So that this sets a precedence to send you to Guantanamo. I'm talking about you taxpayers, you quote-unquote citizens. You can go to Guantanamo. You can go to that new one they built in Venezuela. You can go over to China, work in one of them sweatshops. But they're going to put you to work, or if they don't outright put you to death. All right? So, yeah, that was the part right there. And that's true. They're not sending them back where they came from. That's why I said they should have took that deal and went on home when Trump told them.
You didn't listen. You didn't want to listen for whatever the reasons are, and we could go back and forth about what that is. But you're not different in their eyes. If you've learned...
Well, we are the same people. But they were told that they were different, and they started feeding into the deceptive narrative. That divide and conquer tactic. They delved headlong into it. And every time then they want to cry to us, you know, we can't do nothing for you. We in captivity, bitch. We are oppressed together. So it's like asking a nigga in jail to get you out. If he could, he would be out. But it's funny how when they identify with us when they catch hell. And somebody was saying that. The elder said that. But who was he speaking about? Oh, shit. Oh, you know, he was talking about them Elamites in his lesson. Now, I can't call the elder's name, Salakia. Dang, I almost had it. But the elder that always be going into the history. Now he did a hellified lesson on the woman at the well, and her being Elamite. All right. So Salaki, if I didn't say Elam a while ago, but right, the lady at the well was an Elamite, and he broke that down through Kutha. All right, Kutha goes back to Elam. Now, what he said is, in Elamites, when we was up, they was with us. But then when we start catching hell, oh, we don't fuck with them. We from over there. We ain't with them. Well, everybody do us like that. Everybody does the Negro like that. But hey, even that's in the law. The rich man had many friends. Rich man always gonna have people to listen to him. But the poor, yeah, nobody wanna fuck with the poor. Showing you that we are at the bottom as a nation, beginning with Judah, beginning with the Negroes, being at the very bottom. This is why the Lord stated that the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. But I want to look at this. There's still some more good stuff in that video, man. Y'all check it out. But I want to go here before I raise on up out of here at Jeremiah chapter 30. Verse 7 says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." All right, it's Jacob's trouble. The entire house of Israel. All right, there is no split now. All right, we say northern kingdom from southern kingdom for the fact, for you to understand who it is we're referring to. But since Yahweh Shai, there is no difference now. This is the house of David now that's being resurrected. And under King David, all of Israel was one kingdom. There wasn't no north and south. So we getting back to that. There's no north and south today. We don't have a kingdom. All right? But just so you all can understand, we make those distinctions. All right? So the time of Jacob's trouble is coming, but Jacob is going to be saved out of it by way of a remnant. All right? So, okay, that's that. This is what Hosea was saying. Ephraim shall be desolate in the day of rebuke. All right. Now again, that took place around 724 BC, with them going into Assyrian captivity. But now here it is, we coming to Judgment Day. And we all getting jacked up. And that's what I'm saying. What we supposed to do? Shit, we out here. You know, hey, we catching hell. All of Israel is catching hell. All right? And we're doing what we're supposed to do by preaching this gospel. Trying to put you on game and give you the light, that marvelous light of Yahushua. But y'all don't want it. So when things like this happen, don't make videos crying and all of this. What do you want? All right? And that's it. The people here in America are in delusion. They want you to do everything for them. Information is provided for you to take action for yourself. Information is supposed to empower. It's only going to empower if you use it. All right? But here in America, everybody has the welfare state mentality. Do it for me. Can you do it? Yeah. Esau will do it for you. Esau will do it for you. They are preparing for this day of trouble. This Jacob's trouble, they are preparing for it. Walmarts are being outfitted as detention centers as I speak. On top of, these hunting parties, if you will. These vigilante groups that are down at the border, whatever, We are here. But that's it for this one, man. I got to get on up out of here. Y'all check out the Thursday Live today about 5:30. All right. Me and the brother Karar Bar are going to go into break down some of this news, what's going on today, to give y'all even greater perspective on where we are in prophecy and to help you navigate through this time of trouble, this time of Jacob's trouble. All right. So to the end, y'all stay up, man. Shalom.